This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only. And anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Okay? Double check you're still subscribed to the channel. Double check your notifications are on. And if you hit that like button, double check it's working properly, because these bad actors are working overtime, suppressing the channel, because they're terrified of more people becoming aware of the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. Guys, listen. The NWBO lawsuit is in the middle of discovery, and that is great news, I believe, not just for NWBO, but for GNS, for AMC, for GME, and for all these other companies that have been naked shorted by these criminals, these bad actors. The judge ordered NWBO, which is the plaintiff, to turn over all the baiting orders in their possession to the defense, okay? And the defense was fighting for this. You know why? Well, why I believe is because they want to see exactly how much evidence that NWBO has of the baiting, the spoofing of NWBO. And now what I'm about to say might be a little controversial, but I believe that if NWBO doesn't turn over certain baiting orders that the defendants have, they probably might not show up in discovery. I believe the defendants want to see just how much evidence that NWBO has of the fraud and corruption in their stock. I believe the defendants, the defendants definitely have all the baiting orders. They definitely have all the spoofing orders. What they want to see is how much does NWBO really know? And the court ordered NWBO to turn that over to them. I'm going to tell you something. Obviously, NWBO has a lot of evidence of the fraud and corruption. But what NWBO might have to do, they might have to subpoena FINRA and the DTCC to turn over that trading history, and maybe even subpoena the SEC to turn over that cat data, because there's a possibility that these defendants in the case might not be so forthcoming with that baiting order, that spoofing information. Not saying they would do it on purpose, but they might not look as hard for that information to turn over to NWBO. The bottom line is this. We are in the discovery phase, and there's going to be a lot of information going back and forth, a lot of information with the baiting orders, the spoofing, and the naked shorting that went on into play. NWBO is claiming that the defendants created fake sell orders in order to push the price down, and after the price went down, they just canceled the orders. And the defendants now, they want to see how much evidence NWBO has and the amount of baiting orders that they believe NWBO can prove. Now, I really hope, and this is just my opinion, that NWBO already has overwhelming evidence of the spoofing, the baiting orders, so that would force the defendant's hands to settle. But I really don't want to see a settlement. I would love to see this case go to a jury trial. I would love to see all the evidence that they have against these bad actors presented in court. And I would hope that the attorneys for NWBO ask the judge to subpoena the trading records of AMC, GME, BINI, GNS, and other stocks to show a pattern of behavior by these bad actors. Will that happen? Probably not. But the fact that we're in a discovery phase is a major milestone in my opinion. And I believe that once the evidence is presented in a court of law, the defendants might try to settle the lawsuit. Because you and I know, or anybody who's been really paying attention over the last 5 years, we know that these bad actors have no problem spoofing, washing, dog pool abuse, and doing anything they can to rob and steal from retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. And yes, the SEC knows, the DOJ knows, the FBI knows, but they practice willful blindness to the corruption. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think the judge was correct in ordering NWBO to turn over the baiting orders on their stock? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.